What is going on? I'm zmoT, sitting here on Monday, June the 18th, June the 19th in Archipelago Land. Some of you might have noticed my VP has dropped way down. I'm now 50th on the leaderboard, and that's because I have stopped pushing. And the reason for that is it's incredibly boring. They changed the matchmaking, tried to fix it. I don't know if it's completely fixed, so they're going to do more things to it, but the game has just gotten stagnant and boring, and it's really frustrating, because what's happening is I'm spawning Zero 4 times a day, I'm spawning Lonely Star twice a day, I'm spawning Jamar 3 times a day, I'm spawning Iron Man like 4 times a day. Like, these are all offensive players, and honestly, Iron Man's base, he is sitting at 1822 VP. I beat his base with 3 boats of Zookas, and I have never lost a troop. Never, ever. So what is the point of attacking a base that doesn't require any thought? The whole reason for the leaderboard push was to attack the hard bases and to learn and to get better and all that sort of stuff. And I'm just not spawning anyone difficult. It is silly and ridiculous, so I figured I'd so the first thing I wanted to do is show you where my highest my highest VP ever was 1791, which got me in the top 40 for the first time, which was exciting. My highest VP, or highest leaderboard position was 35th, which was pretty exciting. Just to get in, like, it varies so much right now. Things are going up, things are going down. Jamar is usually above me, but I'm guessing he was sleeping at that point. And so what I've done is I have canceled my endless reserves. I've gone from 3 endless reserves down to 1. And I'm going to be playing 1 account for events and 1 account for ops. And that's sort of it. Just hoping that hopefully that gets fixed in the next little bit. I will continue to clear my map to get intel and all of those sorts of things, but just not doing it anymore until it becomes fun. Like, when the fun went out of it, I had to make a change, and that was the easiest change for me to make. So enough about that. Let's get into DrT Tropical, and we will do some attacking. I made a bunch of changes over the weekend, just trying to keep the game fun and remove the things that were not fun at the moment. So, spent Father's Day sitting on a deck with a bunch of buddies drinking margaritas. It was fantastic. Coached my son's baseball game. They won 5-0. My son had a couple RBIs, which was also fantastic. It's into summer season, and it did not make sense to be spending $45 a month on endless reserves. So for the time being, I'm going to keep endless reserves on this account so that I can do events and post videos and hopefully be helpful to the community, but there's zero reason for me to have 3 endless reserves. It is just ridiculous. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know how that's going to affect Crab. I've still got endless reserve. One of my endless reserves will last over the length of this Crab that is coming for June, and I'll see how it goes. I might try and push Crab without endless reserves, see how far I can get. I don't know. It depends. Really depends on what this coming Mega Crab is, because for the time being, I don't have a clue what it's going to be, and I'm kind of burnt out on Crab a little bit. It's basically the same stages with slightly different boosts, and the Warrior Crab was just not anything that excited me, so I'm really hoping that the next one is something a little bit more useful, because the Warrior boosts were just useless after like stage 10 or whatever it was. I realized there were ways to use them, but it just didn't have the same funness level that I'm used to, so we shall see how it goes. Trying to stay positive, don't want to come across as a whiny little brat or something like that. I had enough of that over the weekend, and having 3 kids, you end up with a fair amount of whining. But, yeah, here we go. Stage 4. Let's get into it. And you might notice that my accounts are basically all of my accounts are missing from task forces. I've pulled all of them out of task forces except for zmoT, and zmoT is sitting in Triangle 9 getting ready for duplicity, I can't even remember what it's called off the top of my head, and we'll see how that goes. There isn't really a point in being in a task force below a 50-member task force, it seems like, because right now there's been no changes for anyone except for the high-end 50-level task forces, and I'll have to go back over the changelog, but at first thought everything is all about the 50-member task forces and all about running duplexity. So if you're running Massive Attack even or Forlorn Hope and that's your peak, then you're probably not going to benefit all that much from this upgrade. I still got to go back over the changelogs and stuff. I can't remember all of the details off the top of my head, but it was just one of those things where I just said, you know what, enough is enough, and let's take a step back and see how it goes. So that's what we're doing. Stage 5. It's only stage 5? I thought we were on stage 6 already. And I know that in the last couple of videos, I've used a whole bunch of troops, and actually with warriors, I was kind of impressed that a level 11 warriors managed to take down the stages, but right now I'm just rushing through this. I've got a whole bunch of work stuff on the go, and so I just don't have the time to make this spend more time than required. So we're going to hopefully go 7 for 7. No fails today is the goal, and we shall see how that actually pans out. Kind of assume now that I've said that I'm doomed, but we'll find out here in a second. The cheap shocks make everything so much easier. Like these cheap shocks, I'm very, very curious which trabs are going to come out for the crab as well. That's going to be a big factor as to the fun level of this crab. Hopefully they've got something exciting up their sleeves, but with the update and all of that stuff, I'm curious to see how much time they have for the tribes, just to see if we get something that's good and exciting and works and all that sort of stuff. Stage 6, where do we want to go? Let's just go right behind that machine gun. No sense getting fancy. Let's get a little bit of free GBE while we're here. And by the way, happy Father's Day to all those dads out there, and uncles and single moms and grandpas and all those types of things, because Father's Day is a big day. I mean, I really, really enjoyed Father's Day, and being a dad is incredibly, incredibly awesome and satisfying and all of those sorts of things. Just, yeah, you can't, it's one of those things that you can't explain, the amount of satisfaction you get from your kids doing, like, simple things. Like, honestly, my son at his baseball game today, he's 6. Like, he's 6, and he's playing in a league which is 6 to 9-year-olds, which is a fairly huge range, to be honest. But honestly, he was calling out to his team how many outs there were every batter, and that was like, it wasn't his batting or his fielding. Just the fact that he was communicating with his team was a huge, huge thing for me. Then my older son's field hockey game, their coach specifically pointed him out and thanked him for being a fantastic teammate, which skill and all that sort of stuff is one thing, but the fact that she thanked him for being a great teammate and for being positive and helping clean up and saying thank you every time, and that's like, it was one of those like teary-eyed moments that just makes all of the things where your kids are, oh man, found a mine, hidden mine somewhere, and it just makes everything worth it. Like, your kids can be absolute brats for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then all of a sudden your kids do something like that, and everything is worth it. So, just a very, very good weekend for me, and really, really appreciated Father's Day and everything that came with it. So hopefully all of you out there had equally exciting weekends and all those sorts of things. And I just lost all of my troops except for like 6, but we went 7 for 7. All that really matters, right? So I'm gonna let's go back and see where that hidden mine was and see if it was actually hidden or if I'm just rushing through things. Let's have a look here and see. Let's have a look. I'm guessing it's right there. Yeah, hidden behind the rocket launcher. So just a little bit sneaky. And I love those kind of sneaky things. I don't know. I kind of assume this is all like procedurally generated and it's not hidden on purpose. But the fact that I love hidden mines. Hidden mines are one of my favorite parts of the game, which is totally overstating it. But nonetheless, I like it when things like that happen because it actually makes you need to scout, and I did not scout properly, so I deserve to lose some troops. And that's how I get the majority of my defense. But anyways, I just wanted to say thank you very, very much to all of the players out there who have been, like, if you look at in Triangle 9, let's have a look in Triangle. You can't search task forces from there. If you look in Triangle 9, my intel numbers are absolutely off the charts. Like, if you look here, I'm at 108 intel, and it's Monday. Like, that is insanity. And the reason for that is that all of these players, oops, where did we go here? Global. All of these players that have been attacking me, all the players that I've been attacking have been attacking me. Iron Man, and Kasparov, and Zero, and Lonely Star, and Jamar, and Winter Storm. I've been spawning the same players over and over and over again, and they've been spawning me over and over and over again. So what we do is, before attacking, you barrage your own troops 4 times, and then you attack. And it is... the number of diamonds I've received, the number of intel I've received, and the amount of, like, love I've received, and it's been a great, great experience. And so, thank you to all those players that have donated and shown the love, and, I hope to continue to talk to you and stuff, but I just won't be on the leaderboard. And finally, this dude, Mr. Boss, can have his day in the sun. It should be in the next day or so, and yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. I don't know what I'm gonna do next for fun, but I think Duplexity comes out in the next day or 2. I assume they tend to drop updates on Monday through Wednesday, and so looking forward to that challenge. Anyways, I'm zmoT. Thanks for coming in. I shall talk to you all soon enough. Peace.